What is going on, people of the internet? My name, of course, is Panther. Welcome back to the channel once again. Today I've got an interesting discussion topic for you guys, and that is, should Call of Duty Zombies be simple or should it be complicated? I feel like this is a conversation that gets quite a bit of different answers from quite a different bit of people. You have the one hand where zombies is just very simple, it's just a simple hoarding game, you just get your weapons and you kill zombies, and for other people it's a game about solving puzzles, and zombies are just part of the objective. Taking it back to the beginning, simplicity is the root of zombies. It basically started with Nocturne and Toten. You had just a couple of barriers that zombies came in, you didn't have anything but your weapons and a random box that just spat out a whole bunch of different weapons, and you would just try to survive. Over the course of the years, zombie maps have gotten more complicated, and Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 have some of the most complicated and some of the most convoluted maps of all time. It used to be just as simple as you grab your weapons and you kill zombies and try to survive. Now, most of the maps are you try to get your weapons, you build some of those weapons, and you try to unlock a specific area in order to complete an Easter egg. It's no longer about survival, it's more about completing a set task of puzzles to find the end game. The end game of zombies used to be bragging rights between you and your friends about who got to the highest round. Now the end game of zombies is who can complete the Easter egg in the fastest amount of time. For some people, older maps just get very boring with a lack of objectives, and I can see that point of view, and I can completely understand that. Kino der Toten is a very, very simple map. It's just got a couple of doors that you buy, it's got a few weapons on the walls, and then it's got a mystery box with a thunder gun that is an infinite power wonder weapon. That map is nothing more than getting the thunder gun, getting Juggernog, pack-a-punching, and turning on the power. That's really all Kino der Toten is. And then you have maps like Shadows of Evil. And just imagine you are a brand new Call of Duty Zombies player, and your very first map is Shadows of Evil. Imagine trying to learn the ropes, playing on Shadows of Evil for the very first time ever. It is almost impossible. But if you ask people to talk about their opinions about zombies, some of the most highest rated maps of all time are maps that are extremely complicated. Mob of the Dead, Origins, Der Eisendrache. A lot of the players were having issues getting the wonder weapons on each map because there was a quest related to them. The stabs, for example, on Origins are the best wonder weapons of all time. There are 4 different ones that you can get on that map, and there is an upgrade process for every single one. But you have to go on a quest in order to first build the stabs, and then you have to go on another quest completing puzzles to upgrade the stabs. Whereas originally you would get a thunder gun out of the box and you would simply pack-a-punch it and there you go. In Black Ops 4, they kind of combined both strategies. You could get the wonder weapons from the box if you're just a simple player, or if you wanted to take a couple of extra steps, you could go on a quest and get a free wonder weapon for that matter. And I felt like that was a pretty good idea. But that still begs the question, how are casual players affected by the complicated maps? I would say most people who play video games are casual players. Not many people are really that hardcore. Most people just get on after work and play games, and that's about it. So these casual players who don't have very much time to play the game, they start out playing zombies not even being able to access Pack-a-Punch on some maps, which is a lifesaver, and they can't get it unless they look up a tutorial on YouTube, and that's pretty harsh having to go to a third party in order to get something done in a video game. But me, as someone who has been playing zombies for over 10 years, I love the complicated maps. I have this conversation with Smooth every now and then, and he believes that zombies should be simple, and I do kind of agree with that to an extent, but I just feel like I would be bored with simple zombie maps. But I do think it is important to find a good mix. I feel like Black Ops 2 did this very successfully, and no other game was really able to copy that. In Black Ops 2, you had Transit as the starting map, but Transit was also broken up into different survival maps like Town and Farm, and I thought that that was an incredibly smart idea because you had different options for different survival maps. And even afterwards, they also released Nuketown, which is also a simple survival map. And you could even argue that Buried is a simple map with just loads and loads of extra things that you can do, I think there should be an option implemented in the new game to where you can play every map either hardcore or casual. If you play in the casual mode, all of the Easter egg steps are kind of turned off, and all you need to do is just follow a few hints, and then you can go to the end Easter egg boss battle without having to do all of the complicated puzzles and looking up necessary YouTube tutorials. Then you can have the hardcore version of the map, which is basically just like all of the maps that we've been playing on for the past couple of years. I think that would bridge the gap between the hardcore fans who have been playing for over 5 years and are very versed in zombies and puzzle solving in these maps, and the new players who really only get to play every now and then and don't have the skills necessary in order to complete these puzzles. Another thing I feel like these maps are kind of lacking in is these maps should have different types of hints leading you to your objective, rather than just relying on luck finding something important. Some maps do have these little hints, but it seems like for the most part, everything is kind of just randomly found. Sort of like how on older maps there are wooden planks with electric arrows pointing to where the power is. Having things like that would help a map in its complication and helping the casual player. Take for example the bows on Der Eisendrache. I feel like all of the steps are kind of random and there isn't really anything kind of guiding you in that specific direction. The storm bow is the easiest bow to create on Der Eisendrache, but there isn't really anything explaining what or where to go in order to complete the bow quest. But let's say you go into the control room where you have all of the different computers, and it makes sense you would want to try to access some of those computers, and it comes up with an audio file basically explaining how to upgrade the bow. I feel like that would very much help these new and interested players, but you still have the quest for the hardcore players to complete. This way, it's not the new players looking up tutorials on the internet, it's players looking up tutorials in the actual game mechanics. Having little things like those hints would definitely help the casual players a lot, and still bring joy to the hardcore players who like the complicated maps. Now, I'm not just bringing this up to bitch and say zombies is too hard now, because again, I do enjoy the complicated maps, as long as they flow well and still make logical sense. But as I've gotten more busy in my personal life, with my job, college, my wife, and my family, I don't get to experience the maps fully because I don't have the time to fully learn and memorize everything like I previously could. All of the Black Ops 4 maps that I have played, I don't really remember half of the steps just because I don't have enough time to play these maps, so I don't learn everything. While that is more of a personal experience, most people who play video games, again, are casual and really only have maybe a few hours a week or maybe even a few hours a month to play video games. And if you can't really experience the entire map because it's too complicated and you don't have enough time, it really sucks and it kind of puts a damper on things. So I'm not advocating really for any side, I just wanted to share the viewpoints of both sides so everyone could have a conversation. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, I would really love to hear that. Thank you guys so much for watching, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are interested in seeing more of my content. Like the video, share it with all your friends, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.